Hello, and welcome to Stage, Screen, and In Between. I'm Helen. Tonight, we're with the Herricks Community Players because they're presenting a terrific show called Young Frankenstein by Mel Brooks. And I have with me here the very accomplished and respected director, John Hayes. Hi, John. Thank you so much for talking to me.
That made me feel good. Respected and highly.
It's the truth.
Well, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I've been doing this for the past, since I'm about 18, 19 years old.
A long time, over 40 years.
I'm 77, so figure it out for yourself. And I've been here at Herricks for 39 of those years. And I think this is my 63rd show, 64th show. I've missed one.
Well, you've done it again. Young Frankenstein is so entertaining and funny, a little edgy. And I'm wondering, have you ever put this production on before?
Nope. Number one, this is the first time, and I enjoy that. I enjoy, of course, I had a terrific cast. And,
yes. You have a wonderful cast, and he also has a wonderful wife who helps him with so much, Carol Hayes, right? Isn't she your right arm?
She's the producer. Her and Margot are my producers, and one handles the money, and the other handles all this, and they work very well together.
There's so much that goes on this stage, and I've been fortunate enough to be in a couple of John's productions, and I have to tell you that it is very Broadway-like. Everybody says the costuming, the music, because you do the show to a live orchestra, and they're fantastic, and they're led by Sue Weber.
Right, and the costumes specifically for this show, I don't know. We have Penny Payne, and she puts it all together, and she starts as soon as we mention the show. She's into the books and whatnot, and she has to have more than 100 costumes 100 costumes for the show here.
Yeah. You have beautiful, beautiful costuming, and you also have a lot of help backstage, which you need to put on something of this magnitude. You have Lisa Simon White's helping, right. And you have Linda's helping, right. and you also happen to have an ensemble cast that is very loyal to you, and they're here for so many of the productions, and they're very accomplished too.
And we can't forget Pete Triola, who is responsible really for a lot of this, most of it, all of it.
No. Peter is the carpenter and the set designer, and all of these people together bring it together. But John is known for being brutally honest. I mean, if he doesn't like it and it's not right, he tells you, and that's why you're so good.
Yeah, thank you very much. I just hope I don't lose too many friends that way, but they understand. And like I said, I've been blessed with a terrific cast in these past couple of years. I mean, I did the producers, and I lucked out with all these.
You've done Mame and Funny Girl, and with moving large groups of people around, you have to really be on point to get all that done. And everybody says you have a wonderful eye for that. Not everybody can do that.
Yeah, well, that's God-given. But like I said, it is the cast. They make it so much easier for me. I mean, to tell you the truth. And then we have the choreography, and now this show, because specifically this show, is more choreography than it is staging.
Yeah, I'm surprised at that.
Yeah, and that we have to thank Barbara Tromba for, and of course Penny again, and Samantha. They all, and if you people come to see the show. You'll see exactly what I mean. The production numbers are magnificent.
Well, they should come and see this show because it's tongue in cheek. It's very comedic, and it's Mel Brooks. And let me ask you, how did you come to choose this show? Now, do you put in like a request for more than one, or you specifically said I want Young Frankenstein, or I don't want anything at all? What do you do?
Well, believe it or not, we were going to do. Are you ready for this? The opposite of this. We're going to do Beauty and the Beast.
That's another good one.
But we couldn't get the rights. Disney wouldn't give us the rights, and we had to make certain commitments to them and what have. So that was very, very, very difficult.
Well, John, we're hoping that everybody comes down and see the show. The dates are going to be posted along with the credits, so everybody will know to run right down, get your tickets, and see and hear this fabulous production that John Hayes directs. Thank you, John.
Thank you so much. Can I give you a kiss?
Of course. Mwah.
Okay,
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Quiet in the peanut gallery. I have with me now the lead actor, John Mezzo, who plays Frankenstein. Professor is a professor. It's Dr. Frankenstein. Frederick Frankenstein. You did a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Yes.
I didn't realize you saw the show.
Oh, yes, of course I saw the show. I have to see the show, otherwise I wouldn't know what I'm talking about. Yes,
I'm
I
in
was.
the show and
I was.
know what I'm talking about.
I was here on Sunday,
Right.
and you had a full house. Even on, it was a beautiful Sunday afternoon, sunny, and it was packed. I was lucky that I got a seat.
Yes, we were very fortunate. That's the very nice payback for all the hard work to have an enthusiastic crowd.
Yeah, but I like the way you played your character. You were cool, calm, collected, somewhat debonair. I like that.
Unlike I am in my real life. Yeah, I was especially excited to have an opportunity to play this role because it has all the comic aspects that you would expect in a Mel Brooks show. Yet there's some nice dramatic moments because it's hard to think of anything dramatic or serious with Mel Brooks. But
So this is your first time doing it, correct?
first time doing this show, yes. But we did do The Producers a few years ago.
Now, I saw also that you were in Barefoot in the Park. Was that the one that was just last September?
Yes.
Oh, I saw you in that. Yeah, that was very good. Yes, I saw you in that.
Yes.
So
Fortunate to do a lot of shows down here.
let me ask you, what was one of your challenges that you found when you were doing this show? Did you find anything that was a little challenging for you?
Absolutely. I guess I would say I would call it a physically demanding part. Friedrich really doesn't leave the stage. And I think there's one scene in the second act where I actually can sit back where I'm not changing a costume or I'm not on stage. So physically having the ability to dance and sing and act the part was probably the biggest challenge.
Yeah, and it was very cute. The scene with the Rollins hay. That's very cute.
It is very cute. It's unique in that it's a different stage moment because you don't usually have that setup of a wagon, and we had a lot of fun working on that. Stacy is playing Inga, and she's a real trooper, and she allowed us to bounce around together a little bit on the wagon, and that's where the humor comes. I think hopefully it's where it comes. So.
Now, let me ask you: do you do dramatic roles ordinarily, or because Barefoot in the Park is kind of comedic too, isn't it? How would you categorize that one?
So it's a straight out comedy. This is a musical, so that's one difference. They're both comedies at their core, and I've mostly done comedies. I've had a chance to do a few. More serious things, but I enjoy humor. I just think it's a lot of fun, so I enjoy doing that.
So now let me ask you another question. When Inga is singing and carrying on, are you married?
I am, yes. And so
was your wife jealous?
No, she's absolutely not.
You made a cucumber.
She's very happily married with 3 kids. I'm happily married for over 22 years. I have 1 son, and my wife actually did a lot of the scenic design for the show. So
I want to ask you now: is your family involved in the theater as well?
Absolutely, yes. That's where we met years ago, doing another John Hayes production somewhere around here, not too far from here. So
now, what does your family think about you being an actor? Do they love it?
Oh, they love it. Yeah, my wife's always been involved in some aspect of theater, and my son, although he doesn't enjoy being on the stage, he's a music kid. He plays several instruments, and he wants to pursue composition. So that piece we're assuming he got from us, but who knows? He's more talented than both of us put together. So
let me ask you: when you get a script like this and it's a musical, do you like to start with the music or the lines? What's your technique?
I think I take a different approach for each show. This one, there's a lot of work at the very beginning for Frederick in the classroom scene. The song is challenging. There's a lot of very, very fast banter, and he's really the only one speaking. So I spent a lot of time focusing on that first so I could get that, captured, so then I wouldn't have to always think about that. So I wanted to get the hardest piece over with Israeli.
And you worked with a nice ensemble group in that too. So you compliment one another, so it makes everything look good.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad you brought that up because, we have a tendency in theater to always say, oh, this is the best show ever, or this is the best ever. But our chorus is phenomenal, and they make the show, because sometimes in local theater you can have strong leads and then you get to that next level and it's not all that watchable, and these guys are phenomenal and they're so passionate and they worked harder than anybody.
They do. They are very hard workers. Well, thank you so much, John. And I find that I always like the production that I'm in at the moment is always my favorite production.
Yes.
Don't you find that?
Right. It's a song called I'm not with the girl I love the girl I'm with, right? Is that Finian's Rainbows?
Love the one you're with. That's
Right.
another one. Okay. Thank you, John.
Thank you.
Okay. I have with me now an actress that at this very moment I am very jealous of you. The performance that this lady, Barbara Tromba Murphy, put out. She was say the name?
Frau Blucher.
Frau Brucher. What a performance. You were dazzling. And I think part of it, which makes her very hard to surpass, is that you're a choreographer. So your movements matched with what you were saying. You glided across the stage, and your voice has never been better.
Oh, thank you, because that was a challenge. It's much lower than I usually sing. I'm a soprano, so this was a struggle, and I just pray every night that I'll get through it. But it was a lot of fun.
Well, you pulled it off, and your eye movements, I mean, you were all very together. How long did it take you? At what point did you feel that I've got this character down?
Last week. It's a work in progress. It's a fun character, though, because as an actress, an aging actress, you don't get those ingenue parts anymore. So here it is, a character who's funny, which is a delight to play, and someone who's not very attractive. So it's fun. It's just funny. You're funny looking. So,
You know what? She was attractive. The way the eye makeup was and all. It was funny and it was comical, but there was something very alluring. You're alluring, so you can't hide that.
She has another side to her, absolutely. That's you kind of see with the fishnet hose and a little bit of a lace bra. So she definitely has another side to her that we kind of leave. But
But not only that, but then you have the responsibility. Didn't you also have to help the other people with their footing and
Yeah.
their footwork and
Yeah.
their dances?
yeah, Penny and I do the choreography, and we work with Sue Weber, the musical director. The three of us work together every Sunday. We do it together. And since Penny does the costuming, quite often the costuming will determine what the steps are going to be. So it's a real collaborative effort because it all is also intertwined. So it's really important that we all work well together, and we do. We're very lucky.
And I noticed you had great makeup on. Did you do your own makeup?
Penny does it. She does it. She's great. Yeah, I wish I was that gifted. She's awesome.
Now, some of the people had quick costume changes, and was that a problem for you? Were you okay with that?
I was okay. I only had one, but several people underdressed. They had 3 or 4 layers of clothing underneath, so they'd make their entrances. Yeah.
That's a good way to go. So name some of the other shows you've done, because you've had you've been in Funny Girl and you've been in other shows here. Name some of them, because you've been great in them.
Thank you. Well, I've been doing shows since 1990 with Johnny and Carol. And I came down, just as a lark, and I've been doing shows ever since. I think I've missed 2. Once when I had my child, and that was it. But I've done like several musicals, several comedies, Guys and Dolls, Crazy for You. I can't. There's so many. I have trouble remembering, but each one brings a special experience. Okay. The ensemble that you work with. You know better than anybody. You create these relationships with people that you'll never forget, and you're putting yourselves out there on the line, and you have this whole ensemble that you're working with really supporting you. You're one big team, and it's like the best feeling. And I say to everybody, like, we are so lucky to do this. We are so lucky to do this.
And this is such a loving, warm community theater setting. The people here are really great, aren't they unique?
It is. It's a family. It is absolutely a family. It's the best thing. We fight like a family. It's dysfunctional like a family. We love each other like a family, but it's great. We're so blessed.
So tell me, can you recall anything funny that happened that that made this an experience that you'll remember? Something funny or sad, like you missed the bus getting here and you didn't think you were going to come. What? Anything in between? Because the name of the show is Stage Screen and In Between. So was there anything in between that happened?
I don't know. I think funny because, well, it was a stressful getting to the end result because of all the technical things, the amount of money it costs to put on a show. So there's always that struggle between the producers and the actors and what have you. Our musical director has some personal things with her mom not feeling well, so that's always hard, you know. So again, you'll have to rally, you know, when you don't feel well, you know what it's like. The show must go on, and that's
So what's up next for you, Barbara?
I don't know. I don't know what's planned. I'm not quite sure, but every year there's something around the corner that's coming to look forward to.
Well, let me tell you, I love seeing you, and I'm looking forward to the next production that you're in. And I might be in it with her. Who knows?
It'll be fun. I love it. We'll sit around the table and play cards.
Yes, like we did. Thank you, Barbara.
Thank you.
I have with me now Igor, or Warren Shine. Warren is a funny man anyway. He was fabulous.
It's pronounced Igor.
Oh, Igor, excuse me.
That's right, yes. Thank you very much.
Where are ya? Where are ya? Where are ya? Where are ya? You big ugly brute!
Now, you had your hump that he would say was on the right and it was on the left. I thought it was centered. Where was that hump on your back?
What hump? Oh, you see, the hump gets moved from left to right to center. I don't always talk like this. It's just, I'm so used to it now that I don't want to give it up.
I got it. And then on hump day, that must be a very special day for you. You must love Wednesdays.
Yeah, actually, that is a very good day. Hump day, yes, interesting. You're very funny, Helen. I just want to tell you.
Now, let me ask you, was it physically challenging because you had to be stooped over and you had, you know, it seemed uncomfortable, was it?
Well, when I first started rehearsals, I was 6'1". But then after being humped over and wearing 40 pounds of clothing, I'm now 5'3".
We'll have to put you on a stretching machine.
They did that in those days, didn't they? Yeah. No, it's a little difficult, but it's fun. It's fun. You get used to it.
So, let me ask you, you're also like a stand-up comedian because I saw you do an opening act in a show. You're like a master of ceremony, so you really can do it all. Tell me, how long have you been at this?
43 years. 40.
That's all?
43 years. I've been professionally performing.
But now, I always see you, the comedic side of you. Do you ever do anything that's serious?
I've done a number of straight plays. I also tour with, I have a one-man show, which is a tribute to Mel Torme. And
You sound like the Velvet Fog.
yeah, I'm actually the Velvet Mist, but I'll play the cabaret clubs in the city, like the Metropolitan Room and the Laurie Beecham Theater, and I work tri-state and also Florida all the time, yeah. I'm the youngest, oldest Borscht Belt comedian left.
So let me ask you something. Now you're in a family. Your family also is in the theater. So do you how does that work out?
Well, actually, my mother was a lyric soprano and a tap dancer. She performed in many different venues with Eddie Cantor and Fanny Brice.
Oh, with Fanny Brice, really?
Yes, yes. And she had a beautiful singing voice. Absolutely beautiful.
What happened to you?
I don't know. I just didn't. I wanted to be a soprano, but I didn't want the operation. I just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it.
So now, how hard is it for you to keep up with the lines? Because when you get on stage and you can know your lines, when you hit the stage, are the words there?
In your mind, I think sometimes they aren't, but a play is like a poem or a rhyme. And you'll get your cue line from whomever else is speaking, and it just comes to you. You may not be able to think of it while you're off stage and you worry about it, but once you get on the stage and the adrenaline is pumping and everything is working, it all comes out.
It all comes out, yes, because it's automatic. It's like rote.
And even if you make a little fumble or a mistake, well, the audience doesn't know because They don't know what to expect. But in this particular show, this is a very technically difficult show. It's kind of a musical and a cartoon at the same time. I don't think anyone else other than Mel Brooks could have written something like this. But it's just a fabulous ensemble of people to work with. The entire cast, the chorus, the tech people, and we have the shtick king, Johnny Hayes, is our director. So you couldn't ask for more than that. And it always, even when you're worried, it always blends and comes together.
That's what I was going to say. It's so wonderful to work at Herricks because you have John Hayes directing. You have this ensemble cast that knows what they're doing, and they're bonded because they know one another so well. You have Sue Weber as the musical director, and then you have Peter with the sets, and then you have Lisa with the stage management, and it runs like a clock, really. I mean, sometimes it seems like it's not going to get up there, but that's with any play, and then it all comes together so magically.
It really does. Great producers, Carol Hayes and Margot Bayroff, they...
And let's not forget Bernice.
Oh, Bernice with tickets. Oh, my goodness gracious. She's fantastic. But that's what makes it like a family. And that's what makes you have that warm feeling where you're coming home to do a show.
Well, let me tell you, there's always a sellout crowd here because people know that this is a show to see. It's Broadway caliber, and everybody says that. Oh my goodness, I can't believe that this is in Herricks. We don't have to go all the way into Manhattan. So make sure you come and see the show, Young Frankenstein, Mel Brooks. It is fabulous. Herricks Community Center. I'll put up the dates and the information for you. You won't want to miss it.